Caleb. Hey there.
This is third grade. You guys are going to have to.
Oh.
When they come up here, let them know it's now live.
improve now, I promise.
Mr. Greenhalgh,
Yeah,
air conditioning?
it's actually set. It's supposed to be 66 degrees in here. We're just overwhelming it. I've tried.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a TV with thermostat as well? It's just hot, and it's not keeping up. And because it's next to the door, so it's usually at 66 degrees, but it's like way hotter than that. Okay, thank you. There's a lot. Yeah, I've called our maintenance to see how much air conditioning. A little warm. Well, it's supposed to be. I've already called Chandler. He's getting his food girl. He's trying to. The problem is that by the doors it's cold, so it sees it at 66 degrees, but the rest of them is not. So he's got to come in and actually adjust the temperature down. I've already called him. Yep. He's finding his food. Yep. Yep.
Jensen, Lola. Jackson, thank you. Yes, you're required.
please take your seats? We are about ready to begin.
Hey, third and fourth grade. Remember, you don't have a lot of room to be moving back and forth. So we're doing like the step clap. It's gonna look like this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to turn around. I don't even know. You might just not turn around. All right, I'm thinking we skip the turnaround, okay? Okay, we'll do step, step. We'll try. You gotta do some trivia though. I don't know. You just make look like you're happy. You do this like the jelly bean.
Good morning again. Welcome. I am Alyssa Tucker. I am the superintendent at Dallas City Elementary. On behalf of the students and staff of Illini West High School District, Carthage and Dallas City Elementary School Districts, I welcome you to this Veterans Day program. While all elementary school districts that encompass Illini West were invited to participate, schedules did not allow for all to join us today. Moving forward, we hope all districts will be able to collaborate and participate. Thank you for joining us as we demonstrate our pride and sincere gratitude for the service and sacrifice for all heroes, past and present. Before I go on, I do want to make one quick announcement, and that is that we are aware of the air conditioning situation, and we are trying to rectify that, so please bear with us. Now, at this time, would you please rise, if you are able, remove your hats and salute the flag as Scouts BSA Troop 72 and Cub Scout Pack 39 present the colors. Please salute in silence. Once all the colors are in place, please remain standing while the Illini West Band and Director Jessica Nickel perform the Star Spangled Banner. Color guard attention. Color guard forward march. Color guard, post the colors. Color guard, about face. Color guard, return to rank. They did a great job.
Thank you, Mrs. Michael, and the Illini West High School Band.
At this time, we would like to recognize all of the veterans in attendance. I would like to welcome Carthage Middle School Student Council President Kylie McClellan up to the podium to introduce our veterans and their branches.
Previously at CMS, we raised funds to help purchase the following flags: the Illinois State flag, which is already displayed, and the 5 military branch flags to be used each year during the Veterans Day program. This year, Dallas City Elementary students will accompany the flag bearers in the uniform of each branch. We will now bring in each branch flag forward to display them for the duration of the program. We ask the veterans in attendance to please rise as you are able during your branch's time and salute its flag as it is placed in the base. United States tank flag.
Stop it.
Thank you for your service, honored guests, veterans in attendance, and to those that we remember in our hearts. In recognition of our veterans, I would like them to stand as able to answer 5 questions regarding your service. Please stand if you are a graduate of Illini West, Dallas City, Lark, Carthage. Neighboring high school districts. Thank you. Please stand if you are able, if you have 2 family members who served or are currently serving in the military. Remain standing if you have 3 members. Anyone with 4 members? Or 5? How about more than 5? Thank you for your service. Able if you have served in more than 1 foreign nation. Remain standing if you have served in 2 to 5 countries. 6 to 9? More than 10. Thank you very much for your time. Your area of service is read. If you served in the 2020s, please stand. 2010s, 2000s, 1990s, 1980s, 1970s, 1960s, 1950s, 1940s. Thank you. Please stand as you are able if you have served for more than 5 years. Remain standing if you have served for 10 years. Anyone served for 15 years or longer? How about 20? 25? Thank you. At this time, I invite the winner of this year's Illini West High School Essay Contest to the stage. This year's theme is a legacy of loyalty and service. Please help me welcome Audra Carroll to the stage to read her essay.
Being American is being free. Freedom is talked about constantly in the United States. We regularly discuss what it means and how we can act on those freedoms. What is arguably the most important thing to talk about when discussing freedom is how we have it. Freedom is fought for by the brave and loyal men and women that serve our nation. They sacrifice health, family, and possibly their life to serve for people they've never met. The astounding amount of loyalty that veterans have displayed when serving our country is what gives us the options to do all the things that we can today. A value that every person who serves or has served in the military exhibits is loyalty. In the dictionary, loyalty is defined as the act of giving or showing firm and constant support. While this is true, it doesn't even begin to describe the loyalty that our veterans have shown. Although not always by choice, they decided that they would spend their lives using all of their effort to serve those who they don't know. They protect us and give us the freedoms that we have, supporting their community, state, and country exceptionally. They don't just stop at serving. So many of them, when coming home, are involved in their communities, helping where help is needed. Although we don't know every person who has served, we need to take the time to thank all of them for everything they have done. The service that veterans provide is like no other. I think that President Reagan said it best. Veterans know better than anyone else the price of freedom, for they've suffered the scars of war. The freedoms that we have don't come without a price. The freedoms that many of us utilize every day, including freedom of speech and religion, are things that we shouldn't take for granted. Veterans sacrifice normalcy so that others can have it instead. They sacrifice so much purely because they think that it's the right thing to do. Another important thing to address is the loyalty of veteran families. The wives, husbands, and kids that don't have their loved ones at home, my heart goes out to you. You support those who support our country, and for that I am incredibly thankful. You work so hard with a piece of your life gone, but still prosper and love those who aren't home. The community needed to support veterans and their families is much needed, and for that I commend you. I have two great-grandfathers who are veterans. They both served in the Korean War. They each had very different experiences affecting them in different ways. My grandpa Carol served in the Korean War and got, you could say, lucky. He was drafted and initially put into rocket propulsion. He then was a truck driver in Japan, never seeing the horrors of war. Although never being in battle, his sacrifice, along with every other veteran's sacrifice, was the sacrifice of family time and normalcy. His service was important, although distinctly different from my other great-grandfather. Papa was drafted for the Korean War and received a Purple Heart and Bronze Star after living in heavy fighting and watching his friends die alongside him. His experiences from serving his country left him with awful memories to live with, most of which he still doesn't like to discuss to this day. His loyalty and service to our country is extremely notable, and I applaud him and all others that had similar experiences. Ultimately, veterans convey a sense of loyalty and service unlike any other. They sacrifice what they have to fight for others' freedoms and support all those around them through their service. Honoring our veterans shouldn't just stop at Veterans Day. It is our job as citizens to spread awareness for what they have gone through and support them as they have supported us. I want to thank every veteran for what they have done for me and for the rest of the country.
Thank you, Audra. We will now hear from the Dallas City Elementary, Carthage Elementary and Middle School, and Illini West High School choirs as they provide special music under the directions of Mr. Scott Kneisel, Mrs. Gracie Webster, and Mrs. Jessica Kneisel.
Okay. You can turn it off. What? What's overhead? Yeah, you're good.
Thank you to our students and their music directors for sharing these patriotic performances with us in honor of our special guests today. At this time, Carthage kindergarten and Carthage first grade students may exit to their classrooms to continue their celebrations there. Please help me in welcoming forward the Dallas City Chief of Police and military veteran, Gary Smith, to deliver today's keynote address.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here. Just a brief introduction. I grew up in Blandonsville most of my life and graduated from Northwestern High School, which is now part of the West Prairie School District. I've been the Chief of Police in Dallas City now for the past 7 years, including the last 2 years serving as the Dallas City Elementary School School Resource Officer. Where's my Bulldogs? You guys seem much louder at school than here. I don't know why. I'm also a retired senior parole agent from the Illinois Department of Corrections. But before that, I served in the United States Army as a gunner on an M1 tank, where I received the Bronze Star and the Army Commendation Medal with Valor Device for service during Operation Desert Shield and Storm with the 1st Infantry Division. First of all, I want to again thank the veterans that are here today. You are here. You are the reason why we are here today, and I'm honored to have served with all of you. As you know, the title of today's program is a legacy of loyalty and service. But what does that legacy mean? Google defines legacy as the long-lasting impact of particular events, actions, etc., that took place in the past or of a person's life. Or put simply, how do you going to be remembered? Have you ever thought about that? What does your legacy mean to you? For most of the young people here, they haven't had time to think about that. But for others like us old-timers, we've had our time to build our legacy. I wish I could tell you that when I was at a younger age, my personal legacy was important to me or that much of a motivating factor of what I did. But the truth is that could be, the farthest from my mind. The fact is I spent much of my early life getting into mischief and doing a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have done. I never got in trouble with the law, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have. But as I got a little older and as I went into college, I partied a lot and continued that bad behavior to where I was almost at the verge of flunking and being in academic probation. And basically almost out of control. That was until one day I heard a voice. It was loud and clear as I was sitting in my dorm room, and it was standing right next to me. And it was a sound or a voice that I can only attribute to God, telling me that I needed discipline. So I dropped out of college at the end of that semester and enlisted in the United States Army, and spent the next 5 years that transformed me and influenced me to this very day. I mean, I was so much considered the unmilitary material that even my mother laughed at me when I told her I enlisted. And she refused to believe that I enlisted until the day that she had to put me on the bus for me to get my physical. Then reality sunk in for her. So while in the Army, I did get the discipline that I desperately needed. And military life, as those out there could tell you, is not easy. There are sacrifices that have to be made. But I'm proud of my service and proud of my time in the Army. I have served alongside men and women, both officers and enlisted, that I still call my brothers and sisters today. Most people will never know what it feels like to have to put your life into somebody's hands, and they put their lives in yours. Every day we continue to lose men and women that are part of our greatest generation. And I encourage you all to take the time to hear their stories. Hear their stories of heroism and feel their profound sense of patriotism. Let them tell you about serving under a code that includes 3 words: duty, honor, and sacrifice. 3 words that took on a whole new meaning while they faced adversaries of this country. I thought the Army was going to be the only family that I would ever need, leading to my reenlistment. But as I like to say, life intervened. I met a woman who has become my wife now for almost 36 years. The birth of my daughter changed me even more. And then Saddam Hussein invaded the small country of Kuwait. And during that buildup and deployment during Desert Storm, I missed 9 months out of my daughter's first year. Try to imagine having a young wife with a new baby, and then having her husband leave to the other side of the world to fight in a war. When I left for Southwest Asia, my daughter was just getting started to scoot around on her belly and couldn't even roll over. When I returned, she was walking and didn't even recognize me. So that was enough for me. I left the Army with the honorable discharge and a few more decorations, with my intention of getting into corrections or law enforcement. My grandfather and father both were correctional officers, and when I was offered a position, it only seemed natural that I followed in their footsteps. Later, I got promoted to senior parole agent, and Blandesville wanted to start up a new part-time police department. So I got the opportunity to become certified as a part-time police officer that later evolved into becoming a full-time police officer. But the discipline and the hard lessons learned in the Army carried over in my career with corrections and law enforcement. The missed ball games, the school programs, the other events that were missed were very difficult. But I had learned that it took what it took to be dedicated, and I was proud of my service to my state of Illinois and to my community. Over the years, I continue to serve my community, coaching baseball and softball, while also serving on the Summer Ball Association Board of Directors for 13 years, the Blandesville Community Organization, and I served as an elder with my church. And then now I've had the opportunity to serve my fellow veterans with the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. I apologize. I didn't want this to sound like I was reciting my resume. However, I wanted to illustrate that a kid who has spent a good deal of his time getting into mischief and had no sense of direction or any self-discipline was able to seize the opportunity to grow in character, raise a family, and serve his country, his state, and his community. I suppose you can say, this is my legacy. What will yours be? How do you want to be remembered? Will you have the courage, the strength, and the wisdom to see your path? Some of you may even choose a path leading to military service. Some of you won't, and that's okay. Less than 1% of the population today is currently serving in our armed forces. Those who are serving today, those who have served and or paid the ultimate sacrifice, have given us that very freedom to choose a path that is most suited for us. That path is also given to us by our founding fathers and written in our Constitution. A document so powerful that every soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine swear an oath that bears no expiration date, that says, I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. And you can continue and remember and honor those men and women and their service by building your own legacy of loyalty and service. Thanks again for having me.
Thank you again, Chief. We appreciate your service and your words today. Before we conclude today, I would like to invite 3 young people forward. These 3 have made the commitment to start their legacy in the military. Ashton Graves, he has committed to the Illinois Army National Guard. Thank you, Ashton. Brady Blanton, he has committed to the U.S. Air Force. And our third is Victoria Reynolds. She has committed to the Army National Guard. Thank you. At this time, I would invite you all to view the slideshow in front, to watch a video as it plays on the screen with words that are very familiar of a patriotic song. Please sing along as you are able, as the entire student body present stands and encircles the veterans here today. We want to show you just how special you are to us. Tomorrow now, the things you're gone, moved for all my life. And it's hard to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today. And if my still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. and there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, from deep the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, from New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave the right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave the right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Thank you, students, staff, community members, and of course, our veterans. Thank you for your kind patriotism and attention throughout this special presentation and celebration of our military heroes. We would also like to thank several groups for making this possible today. Chief of Police of Dallas City, Gary Smith, thank you so much. Our Boy Scouts of America Troop 72 and Cub Scout Pack number 39 for presenting the colors. Thank you, boys and girls. Thank you to our 3 musical directors today, Mr. Kneisel, Mrs. Kneisel, and Mrs. Gracie Webster, for their respective schools' performances. Thank you to the CMS Student Council and Builders Club for the flag presentations. Thank you to Illini West High School for hosting our combined celebration. Thank you to our committee members from all 3 districts. It was quite the undertaking. Thank you, guys. Thank you, all of you, our community members of Carthage, Dallas City, and Illini West High Schools, for your support of all our programs here. And most importantly, thank you to our veterans. I would invite our veterans, our active military personnel, and our future servicemen and women to please stand, if you are able. You are the reason we are here. Thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you for your selfless sacrifice and for your service to our great nation. Again, thank you. Finally, one reminder before we continue with taps and the retiring of our colors. We would like all veterans in attendance to please come forward to the risers for a picture. We want to remember this day forever. Friends and families are welcome to come forward and take those pictures after the retirement of the colors. And now to conclude our ceremony, as a salute to our military heroes, would you all stand as you are able and take a moment of silence to honor those who have passed on in service or after their time for this great country. Thank you. Now, would you please remove your caps? And as Illini West students Owen Jarrell and Nolan Murphy perform taps in one final tribute to all veterans who have provided the greatest sacrifice of service to our great nation. Please remain standing in silence as the Scouts CSA Troop 72 and Cub Scout Pact 39 retire the colors.
Color guard attention. Color guard retrieve the colors. Color guard halt. Retrieve the colors. Color guard return to rank.
Again, thank you all for attending, for your attention. We welcome the veterans forward at this time to take photos, and the teachers will dismiss the students to their classes. Please come up to the risers.